Ciao lume, welcome to my second video. Cooking, of course, will sound great. Now we shall make some delicious cookies. As I said, I want to get back into cooking. Enjoy. Now for this quick recipe, we will need flour, sugar, milk, salt. We will use 2 eggs, vanilla sugar, and baking powder. For this recipe, we will need a mixing bowl. We will need 3 or 4 fists of flour, more or less. It depends on how much you want to do. We'll add a decent amount of sugar, like a cup or maybe a cup and a half. We will add a pinch of salt, and to give it a little bit more flavoring, we will add vanilla sugar. I am adding now 2 thingies of this, and baking powder, of course. We will add 2 eggs to the mixture. Don't mind the egg breaking. And of course, just to mix it all up, a bit of milk. I will add progressively a bit more milk depending on how the mixture goes, and just with your clean hands, give it a good mix. A quick tip I forgot to mention: when the dough is already mixed up and a bit sticky, what you have to do is add a pinch of oil so that it smoothens out the mass, the dough, and start mixing it till it's all absorbed. On a clean surface, make sure you spread a little flour on the surface so that dough doesn't stick to the table, and grab yourself a rolling pin. The dough, I am not going to make it all at once. What I'm going to do is just take like little chunks of it, press the rest of it, put the rest of it on hold, and just make like a little fine sheet of it with a rolling pin. You see like a little ball, and then slowly mass it. That way you can get it nice and thin, and yeah, well, you'll see in a minute as soon as I get it nice and thin. After you've made it thin, more or less, don't make it too thin, then it's gonna be just like eating a piece of cloud. You're not gonna be able to feel it between your teeth. You're gonna grab your mold. For example, I got this little star-shaped weird thing. Or you can even get a shot glass, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna make the forms that you want, and try to use as much of the space as possible. Just press it down, hold it a bit, move it around, and you will get this. You will get the instant star. And for the last step today, after you've done your little stars or forms or whatever shapes you want, we are actually gonna fry it. You can fry it A or B, bake it. It's all up to you, whatever you feel comfortable more. We are gonna fry it, and in a normal frying pan, you can use whatever frying pan you want. We're gonna use a bit of oil, and well, it's actually a bit more, you're gonna see, because you actually need to cover them to fry them. So yeah, a bit like that. Don't worry, it's not gonna soak up all the oil, but yeah, you kind of need a lot of oil. So on medium-high heat, you have to put it, and then just lower it to medium normally when you start frying it. Quick tip: if you see them making like a bubble like this, that's a very good sign. Don't leave them too much. When you start seeing on the side that they turn more or less golden brown, like light-ish brown, then you can actually turn them over. The same thing on the opposite side, and then you can get them out. And in a bowl, just put some paper towels, and that would suck up the remaining oil, and that will leave them crunchy and very nice. And here's the final result: nice chunky little stars with a fine sheet of glaze on top. And the thing is, when you make the fine sheet of dough, right, you cut the dough, the mold, and then you fry it. When you fry it, it bulks up like a little ball, and it's hollow inside, so you can actually fill them up with something. So that's actually a bonus. I'm gonna take a quick bite. Delicious. Awesome, crunchy, nice sugary. This with chocolate or jelly. Yeah, jelly. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the recipe, please leave a like, subscribe, why not? Get to see my other videos. Share it with your friends, family, whoever you want the video. And tune in next time. Thanks y'all. Quick note, don't forget to check one of my latest videos, and here's where you can get in touch with me. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, of course.